This is a introduction to the new spheres that I've put out. Happens to be 1:11 p.m. That's funny. Anyway, it's September 2nd. And then on the Spiritual Foundation website, on the Spiritual Foundation YouTube channel, I'm going to do separate individual ones, so if you want to know, if you go to buy a sphere and you want to know more about it, you click on the sphere, there'll be a video for it. And I have all that set up for you so you can find out about that sphere before you go buying it. Okay, these new spheres, especially the solar plexus one, to help people at a solar plexus to gain more surety in themselves and what they're seeing and doing, to be able to trust themselves a little more. We have a sphere for that you can put next to your bed. However, if you're gonna do that, whatever you want to do is great. If you want to do nothing, that's awesome. But I would advise getting the Max Sphere option for it. It's $75 more, but it makes it a Max Sphere. And my energy's been really crazy now that this body's almost gone. There's a lot more of me out of it. And some of these spheres, when you have them, you set them next to you, but then you got to turn around and put your hands outward. Outward like this, holding them outwards. Don't stress your arms, then that engages your conscious mind. Just relax, take your hands and move them outward like that, and away from the sphere, and you'll start feeling energy. If you feel the energy in the back of your hand, that's coming from the sphere itself. But to feel the first major power level of the sphere, you feel that on the inside of your hands, pointed outward. Remember that the palms and the fingertips, so where your energy comes in and out of your body, and you control that with your brain, which of course is run, powered, and controlled by your spirit. Okay, let's get started. Hey there, folks, how we doing? This is the Max Multidimensional Vision Sphere. This is relative to maximizing every part of your energy flow as your spirit runs and makes your body function, where it actually moves towards seeing interdimensionally through dimensions. Every stone you need for that, every stone I could possibly even run into that helps you there, is inside that sphere. See if I can get it up a little higher. Deanna made this sphere. She's making the spheres now. I'm just about out of here. I'm really sick. My energy through the roof, but this body's about ready to drop. So anyway, so we have extra chowa tea and coffee for me. A slurp. I like to do that. It drives Deanna crazy. She hears that, she'll come up here swinging. Anyway, Deanna's a little toughy. Anyway, these spheres, there's nothing else that can be done to take care of your ability to see interdimensionally. Now, they're very much hooked up with the pineal gland, but it's not just that. You have the pineal gland in the back side of the brain, the back side of this brain stem going up into the brain, and this energy goes through it, and it goes up into the hypothalamus, and it goes out through it and the hypothalamus and builds a pineal field. The just outside and inside of your brain, of your skull, excuse me, is your vision field. And then on the inside, like here's your forehead like this, okay? Outside forehead, brain. Here's the forehead. The field is right here. The energy vision field is right here. Then the pineal field is like right here. Actually, it's right about here, and the scanner is about up here and flows out over into the through the upper crown. But the energy vision field, the pineal field, they lap right into each other. The pineal field literally builds itself barely within, but mostly on top of the body's energy vision field. Your brain's energy vision field. All the conduits that go from the pituitary to the scanner, pituitary to the energy field, pituitary to the hypothalamus, building up the pituitary itself, because the pituitary gland, it's important that it uses high definition, that it produce, its job is to produce, among other things, is to produce high definition clarity in everything you're seeing, whether it's through remote viewing, which it works much better at, or it's through the multidimensional, which it still does a lot of good for you. Okay. Excuse me. Well, there's 16 to 18 different stones in both this sphere and the max multidimensional vision sphere and the max full metaphysical vision sphere. I forgot the name of it. I have to have most of the stuff here. There's the max metavision sphere, which is a different one, but it helps you see with the heart, solar plexus, and everything else. But a lot of it has to do with more. It's not just multidimensional. It's seeing also through the solar plexus, where the gut sees through the scanner, and you see mostly on this field, in this dimension, like remote viewing. Having a hard time doing this. I'm trying to hurry up. Anyway, this is the max multidimensional vision sphere, which works more on the multidimensional aspect of it. Now, which one is better? It depends on how you feel. For a family, the max multivision, the max full metavision sphere, max metavision spheres, but I think the name we have for it. But however Deanna has it listed on the website, I have like no memory anymore. I'm having a lot of trouble, and I'll be laying down as soon as this is all over. Again. Anyway, I've put my energy into these things. I put them in the center like this. My ears just, it's like they went underwater, my left ear. All right, now, and then I move it out to 20 to 25 foot max. All right, now that's not 20 foot, 25 foot. When you work with energy in your hands, remember I told you, almost none of you can even fit inside a state. You're huge. Once you can understand and accept this and see it for yourself, I can move my hands like this and it can go over more than a world, more than a planet. No problem. No problem. So, I know I'm a little different, but it doesn't matter. If you take your energy, you can take your energy and reach it out close to or over the planet. Okay? That's how big a sphere you can make, and then you just condense it. The more faith you have in yourself, the more you understand that your abilities are real, that you're real, that all this is real for you. Because it is real, period. But it has to be real for you, okay? If it's real, I say real for you, not because it's not real for everyone else. It is real for everyone else. But that for you is very important. You have to start having faith in yourself. Most of you, have no faith in yourself because you were told not to. Some of us weren't raised like that. I was told. I started using my abilities. I kept telling my father, who was answering that phone call, who's on the phone calling when it was ringing, I was going to get a smack in the face, punch. And I was 5 years old. So, most of us have been kind of pushed away from it. Excuse the slurping. That was done by the original first being, male and female. And the angels made sure it happened. For original first angels. Anyway. Just relax for a minute. Look at the, get my face out of the way. Just look at a sphere. And just go right to the sphere. Take a couple nice 2, 3 relaxed full breaths. Not trying to suck in the clouds, but fill your lungs and release. Fill your lungs up, release, relax, and then just reach out and feel the sphere. That you'll usually feel it depending on if you're stronger in the solar plexus, the heart, or the pineal area. You'll be feeling it up in the head. Whether you feel it in the head or your stomach and everything, it's going up in your head. The lower your core orientation is, whether you're pineal or heart or solar plexus, the lower you are, sometimes where you actually feel the energy is lower in your body, even though it's in the pineal and it's actually there. You're feeling it maybe around the throat, which is still the pineal field. Remember, the pineal field goes from the throat to right here, where the legendary third eye is. Legendary. Everyone's got one. It's kind of like the legend of sliced bread. Hey, whatever. Whoever had bread and cooked it, they had to slice it to eat it. Most people did. So anyway, Tiana makes necklaces too, which are nice to go around your neck, but they just don't have the same power level. So just relax, feel it. You can just go back, go back on the recording in the video, and just look at it and feel it. Just pause it right there, relax, until you feel it moving inside you. It will, okay? Those of you that are looking at these things, you're already aware that you're, what I've been saying, much more than who you ever thought you were. And that you have these abilities, because you do. I'm not wrong. So, I've always pushed time and dates of things, large things. I push to keep from ever saying anything about it, but those things that I do, I know they're going to change. So that stuff happens. But anyway, too much time. This is a sphere. Okay, this, like I said, it's got 16, 18 stones in it. You can find that out at right here, where Deanna's got the description of the stones. And the necklace is nice. It just does not have the power of these spheres. These spheres reach out 25-foot radius. Okay, that's 50-foot diameter. So all the max power spheres do now. I've upped the game. If you bought one a long time ago and you bought a max sphere, guess what it does now? It goes out 20, 25 foot. No, you didn't have to pay for an update. I always do what I can. But these are the best I've ever made and ever will make. That's it. Other than collapsing on the ground and not being able to get back up and die, and this body dying, I'm done. I'm cooked. So folks, look, love you. Either one of these is good, but if you're doing it for a family where you have a lot of different people, the max Metavision sphere, that's might be a better choice. To see multidimensionally, this max multidimensional sphere is a little better, but remote viewing, seeing around here, there's a whole lot going on, and the heart and then the solar plexus, you're going to build up your ability to see with those energy fields better with the max Metavision. So I know they're a lot of money, but if you could buy both. These things don't have batteries. There's no cord. They last forever. Forever. 1 trillion years from now, these stones are still going to have this power. Still. Never go away. Folks, love you, man. Have a good. Hey there, folks. This is the Max Metavision Sphere. These spheres, the Max Metavision Sphere has between 16 and 18 different stones in it. It's hard to feel the exact difference in the energy of 3 to 5 of the different stones. And that's for people who are sensitive, okay? When you put it together, this thing, it's a Max full Metavision Sphere. It's for seeing with every single bit of your body. The solar plexus that comes up through the crown, and then through the scanner, all going through the hypothalamus, the pineal, multidimensional, and then of course the scanner, which is where most all the solar plexus vision is found. That's literally this dimension, a little above, a little below, and that's why they call it remote viewing, because you're actually seeing something that's there. All the conduits that go from the pituitary gland to the vision field that's in front of where you have your pineal field and the scanner field, they all mesh hold together. From the hypothalamus gland to the vision field, there's energy conduits that go all the way through the brain. Well, that's where they are. Literally flowing energy through your brain, making everything connect. This actual energy fields. The pineals, just, small. But the pineal energy comes out and goes everywhere. There's actually a way that it flows. In some parts it's a soft general, but there's also a strong, intense flow that goes from different parts of the brain to different to other parts of the brain. That's how your energy flows through the body. So those conduits of energy, these different stones, literally make them crank up and run harder, carry more energy. I've been building these spheres for years. People have been amazed at what they can do. Or you can have it around you all the time, but when you go to sleep, these new ones, you put them within 25 feet of you, you're going to feel them. 20 to 25 feet is where the outer shell is on these spheres, the one that you attach to. So if you have 3 bedrooms, 2 on one side and then 1 across the hall, and they're all the regular sized bedrooms, and that 20 foot, that's a radius in all directions. Okay, so you're talking about 50 foot. You put the sphere in the middle of it, in the middle of that, everyone's getting cranked up. They last forever. There's no batteries, there's no electrical cord. They last forever. Forever. Always. They don't stop. So you look at the cost of them, they're not cheap. Okay? You don't have to get them where they're cranked up by myself, and Deanna cranks them up too. Deanna has those female source frequencies like planetary essence that I have almost none of. I'm male. I'm a little over 97% male energy. So these are the strongest spheres I've ever made. These are the most beneficial in means of enhancing your abilities as well as waking them up. They're max spheres. There's so much energy in there. Dragonite, star essonite, all these other stones, very powerful. It helps your heart see. The heart has its own way it sees and knows and understands. So does the solar plexus. So does the pineal. The pituitary's tied in. There's the scanner. There's the 3 crowns. These put everything together and make it work harder than it ever has. And it's not just the different areas. It's the connection between the areas now. That's the benefit of these last two spheres that I made. I made 4 of them: a engraving sphere, a super solar plexus sphere. It's a max solar plexus, very strong. And then there's the this right here, the the max full metaphysical vision sphere, and then there's another one I'll show you later. It's a max multidimensional vision sphere for seeing multidimensionally. So anyway, that's what this sphere does. Just take a moment to reach out and feel it, and pause the video, take a look at it. Just go to it, relax, pause the video, and just feel it. And then once you can, relax. You can feel it in your head if you can feel stone. Okay? And if you can't at first, don't worry about it. You will later. That's what it is. That's how these things go. They do 25-foot radius, 25 feet away. That's literally 50 foot in diameter. Love you, man. Have a good one.